we'll start remedies. So look, I've been talking about planets for some time. We've been talking about nakshatras for some time. And today the idea is to give some generic remedies to all the people. These remedies can be followed by anyone, irrespective of where your sun is, okay, from the Lagna. These are the basic things which everybody should do for improving their sun. Okay, a lot of people have given these remedies. Okay, I'm only trying to pick those remedies from all of those people. These are not made by me. These are various people that gave the remedies already. Some are already available in the internet. And why I have picked these is because I thought these are working well for people. Okay, based on my experience, I have picked a few remedies. Okay, the remedies for sun. Okay, the Rudra is the Adi Devata of the sun. We have talked about it in the first lecture. Okay, Rudra is the Adi Devata of sun. Let us go to the sun. Okay, the sun, the avatara is Rama, the fire is the Adi Devata, and the Shiva is the Pratyadi Devata. Okay, or the Rudra is the Pratyadi Devata. It should be Rudra actually, not Shiva. Anyway, Rudra and Shiva would mean the same deity. So, one sec, sorry. Okay, so Jyotirlingas. Okay, there are 12 Jyotirlingas. Okay, and based on where the sun is in the chart, okay, both from the Lagna and from the Aries, okay, you can pick up two Jyotirlingas for you and make a visit so that you have enough energy in you to fight problems of life. Because there is no person in this world, you cannot show a guy in this world who you say he is, he does not have any problem. If there is a person, it means that there is a problem. So for all problems, there are different solutions. One is visit of Jyotirlingas. Okay. The other religions would have other, practices wherein, they can go to their shrines and, visits of temples or visits of shrines are important because they are going to, transfer into you a lot of energy, which is, useful for you. So Jyotirlingas are those important temples which do not have the formation date. They all have come out of their own. Okay, so we all call them as Swayambhu Lingas. Okay, visit of these shrines will be helpful for people whoever would want to improve their sun. Identify where your sun is from the Aries. Use the D1 chart, the plain D1 chart. Use the D1 chart from the Lagna, just find out where your sun is. From the Aries, find out where your sun is. Based on which, for Aries or first house, you should visit Rameshwaram. For Somnath, you need to have your moon in the second house or in the Taurus. For Nageshwara, it's in the Gemini or the third house. These are based on logics. Okay, Ram is in, because sun exalts in the Aries. So Ram is Rameshwara. Soma means the moon. So moon exalts in the Taurus. So that's why you have Somnath in the second house. Nageshwara, Gemini, Rahu exalts there. Okay, so Rahu is the serpent. So you have the Nageshwara. Then Cancer, you have the Omkareshwara. Vaidyanatha is the sun. Mallikarjuna is the Virgo because that's the earthly element. And you have the Mahakaleshwar, that is where the sun gets debilitated and the Saturn gets exalted. So it is the Mahakala. Okay, then you have the Krishneshwara. And then you have the ninth house, you have Sagittarius is the Kashi Vishwanatha. Okay, and you have Bhima Shankara for the Capricorn. And then you have Kedarnath for the Aquarius because that's the coldest place. Aquarius is the coldest one. Therefore, you have Kedarnath there. Trayambaka is the place for emancipation or self-actualization. So Trayambaka is for the Pisces. Okay, there is a logic behind each of these each of these shrines. So please visit here, and it is important to visit these kshetras. We call that in Sanskrit or in the Telugu or in Hindi. So the kshetras are going to help you secure that energy into you. Okay. There are rituals for people who are, atheists as well, because Hinduism recognizes people from all walks of life. You do not have to be a devotee to get remedies. It is not mandatory in our religion. So I'll talk about those remedies as well, wherein, you don't have to worship a god, but do a few remedies so as to help yourself. We'll come to that as well once we finish these rituals. So on the Vedic side, you can pick up the Ramakoti. We write the Rama's name 1 crore number of times. This is a ritual. Usually people fill up books and submit them either in the Ayodhya, where the Rama's temple is there, or at places where Rama temple is there locally as well. People submit them. That's a very good remedy for the sun. It improves your sun a lot. And also read Ram Raksha Stotram and read Ramayana. And for the Rudra, okay, you can have Siva Sahasranama, and you can have the Rudrabhishekam. And you on the Havan side, you can go for Surya Graha Shanti. Okay, and on the sun side, you have to have Aditya Hridayam, giving Arghya. Arghya means the water to the sun. A lot of people keep talking about it. You are not believing in any of these rituals, then just watch the sunrise and the sunset each day. Okay, there is a difference when you have to do each of these rituals. Okay, Rama is common. You can do Ramakoti or Ramaraksha Stotram, etc. Ramayanam reading. Anybody can do it. But specifically, if the sun is too much in your chart, I mean, if you're exhibiting too much of ego, or if you are not able to do something because of the ego thing. Okay, if you want to address the ego, then go for the Rudrabhishekam or the Siva Sahasranamam or the Surya Graha Shanti. Okay, do something of your own that is going to help you more than to just pay the pujari or the pandit in the temple, and getting it done will give you a less effect rather than you doing it yourself. If you think none of these you can do it yourself, you can always say Sri Rama Rama Rama. Okay, this is the best thing. Okay, that's why in the North India people usually say it Ram Ram. Okay, all this. You can take up any of these things and just say Sri Rama Rama Rama. It's going to help a lot. Okay, because Rama would mean 10. So 10 into 10 into 10, 3 times, because Ra and Ma have the numbers 2 and 5. So 10 into 10 into 10 is 1,000. Okay, that's why it makes 1,000 names of God, even if you just say Rama, Rama, Rama. Okay. And Aditya Hridayam is most important for people who are struggling with the health or the career. Okay, if there are issues of career or health, Aditya Hridayam does very, very good help, especially on the health thing. Aditya Hridayam is going to help you a lot. And there's another mantra which is Om Grini Surya Adityaya Shreem. Okay, this is another mantra which is going to help you on the career side. This can be done every day 108 times. Okay, 108 times using a rosary, the Japamala, which we call. Use that and do this mantra. It is going to help you all through. Okay. And there are 12 different Adityas as well, which we have talked about previously also. So let's emphasize on each sign what Adityas you have. So as I said, Om Grini Surya Adityaya Shreem is a common mantra, wherein you can do the same mantra here by putting the kind of sun that you have. If your sun is in Aries, Then you have Om Grini Data Adityaya Shreem is also you can do. Okay, that is going to improve because sun is a planet which is going to give you enormous wealth. The kind of wealth which sun can give you, nobody else can give. So practicing these mantras are going to help to fetch or to get into the right career path. Or if you're struggling on the financial side, these mantras are going to help. Okay. But the only challenge here is you should have the belief system established in you. It is if you believe that the God does not exist, and if you're following atheist principles, none of these will work for you. The only thing that can work is the sunrise and the sunset thing. Please go have a nice stroll in the day when the sun is rising up, and also have a walk when the sun is setting out, and have a watch of it. Okay, that's the best thing. Okay, and say thank you to the sun in your own language. Okay, and you have Aryaman for the Taurus, Gemini is the Mitra, Cancer is the Varuna. These are also based on a logic. Okay, Dhata means somebody who is giving. I mean, somebody who starts up something. That is the Aries. Aryaman is what do you call that? He's the enemy of the Yama. Okay, because the second house deals with the protection. Yama talks about destruction. So he's the he's the enemy of the Yama. Okay. And Gemini is the Mitra. Cancer is the Varuna. Varuna has all water. So Cancer has enormous water. So Cancer is Varuna. Leo is Indra. Indra rules everyone. So Leo also rules everything. So Indra is Leo. Virgo is Vivaswan. Okay. This Aditya's son is the current Manu. We call him as Vaivasva. Okay, so Vivaswan is the Aditya, and Aditya's child is the Manu, so we call him Vaivasvata or Vaivasva. Both are okay. And you have Libra. Libra is the Pushan. We talked about him in the Revati. Revati is placed in Pisces. Libra is the Venusian sign. So Pushan exalts in the Pisces. Okay, there is a reason why all these Adityas are placed. If you understand whole of these logics, it is actually easy to pray. Okay, Scorpio is the Parjanya. Okay, Parjanya means the clouds. Okay, and you have Sagittarius is Anshuman. Capricorn is Bhaga or Bhaga. That's actually Bhaga. Bhaga means which gives you the Bhagya, because Capricorn is something that deals with work. So you work more, you have Bhagya. Bhagya means the future or the luck. Luck is dependent on the work. So you work more, there is more chances of success. Okay. And Aquarius is Tvashtha. Okay. And Pisces is Vishnu Aditya or Vaishnava Aditya or Vishnava Aditya. All three can be used. All right. So we have, for those people who would not want to use any Vedic remedies, but to use some practical remedies, these people can do these remedies, wherein, the only thing, the only underlining thing here is you have to believe that you have to improve your sun. There is no other way you can actually, avoid this. So you have to understand that, these days it's a cult as well, wherein, people believe that there is something, in the universe that controls the whole thing, but they're against the organized religion. They would say that I know that there is something behind it, but I would not say it is it is either the Jesus or the Allah or the Shiva or anyone. There is some force. Okay, this much only I can believe. This is another way of having a religion thing. I mean, he's not an atheist, but he does not fit into any of the religion. Okay, even such people as well can do these. So sun actually rules the time, that everybody has to agree, because if the sun rises, that is when the clock moves to the next day, right? Unless the sun is moving, because the clock is ticking because the sun is moving. The sun stops moving, clocks as well have to be stopped, right? So clocks, watches, calendars, sundials, your seniors, your king, your father, your government, your boss, your management. These are all those things which sun governs due to time. Okay, time, because with time, the king will change. With time, the government will change. With time, the boss will change. With time, the management of your company will change. Okay, with time, your seniors will change. Everything is changeable here. Even the father as well will change, because you're going to take a next role in your next life. Your father will change. Okay, all these things are controlled by time. So what you do is you respect these people. Okay, what you do is you add up wall clocks to the east walls in all of your rooms. Okay, you have, let us suppose you have a house and you feel that your sun has to be improved. Why do you have to improve your sun? Do not think sun is in the debilitation, so I have to improve. No, it has, debilitation has nothing to do with improvement. Improvement is required when you feel that sun is lacking in you. What are those symptoms to have lacking of sun? Low self-confidence. Okay, this is the first thing the person will have. He thinks that everything is shut for him, nothing is working. I don't know what is happening. Everything is going out of my hands. It means that there is no hope inside of him. Okay, his hope is dying, or his hope is almost dead. So, and he's in the final stages of killing all his hope. These remedies of setting up clocks at all the places, okay, at all the rooms, on the east walls, none of his east walls should be empty. They all should have wall clocks. Okay, believe me, this works like a gem. I have given it to many people. Everybody have called up and said, yes, they're feeling a lot better now after 3 to 4 months of installation of these clocks. Second is make sure that the clocks, all of them show the right time. Okay, wearing a watch. Okay, wearing a watch, a wrist watch on your hand. Okay, either on the left hand or on the right hand. Okay, any of these will work. Wear them all 24 hours. Okay, just remove it only when you're going into the water, either for a bath or a swim, etc. When you go into the water, remove them, because watches cannot take water. Okay, and ensure that all the calendars at your place are showing the right date. Okay, do not be having a calendar on your wall which is expired or something of an older month or older time. Ensure that all of these are respected: the king, the father, the government, the boss, and the management. What does government would mean is you pay your taxes on time. Okay, you do not evade taxes. Okay, if you're trying to evade taxes, it is going to go away from elsewhere. It is going to affect your health or your family's health, and money is going to go away from the other places. What you're thinking is you're only I'm saving taxes. Okay, it is actually going away from somewhere else. Okay. Then is power. Always appreciate power. Okay, always what do you say, that always respect power, always respect the crown, always respect the king, always respect that throne, always respect that chair. Okay, you may have a boss, you may not like him personally, but there is a chair. Let's suppose you are a manager and the boss of you is the general manager. So you as a manager report to him. You have to respect that chair. Okay, you may have differences of opinions with the person that is sitting in the chair, but the chair has to be respected. Okay, at all times. These are simple things which make a lot of meaning. Okay, and you are trying for a promotion because sun rules the promotion. Just check the kind of chairs that you have at home. Okay, if your chairs are not good, replace those chairs. These things actually will change the energy at your place. Okay, so the kind of energy a broken chair will carry, and the kind of energy with what a new chair can carry will bring a lot of difference. So even if your storeroom has old ones, broken ones, please remove them, get new chairs. Okay, these remedies are usually given by a lot of people. Okay, and these work like gems. And keep if you have musical instruments, etc., let them be dusted, let them be cleaned once in every week. Ensure that somebody actually attends to them. Okay, and they are in working condition. Okay, because all the musical instruments are ruled by sun, And if there is something wrong with these things, then your fifth house, that's the house for promotion, for children, etc., may actually go down. Okay. So always respect people in the position. Do not unnecessarily, throw tantrums at people. Even if you do not like the government, current government, if you do not like them, but you're still living in the same place. Okay. So do not post hate speeches, etc., in the social media, by covering up with what is it, anonymous names. People these days post all nonsense. Do not do such things. If you like something, just read and leave. You're not there here to comment just like that. Okay. If you're going to do any of these wrong things on the internet by spewing unnecessary things about others, or throwing up hate speech, okay, these all things will actually spoil your sun. You may still say, okay, there are a lot of people I know, they are spewing a lot of venom, but they are not having any problem in their life. Because see, sometimes what happens is the current dasha is fine and everything is fine, suddenly something comes up and they'll not be able to handle it. Okay. Do good to people. On the energy side, have solar panels in place, conserve light or conserve energy. Okay. Use those bulbs which can conserve energy. Yeah, always sit in places which are not dark. Okay. If you're sitting in the dark rooms, you're trying to encourage Saturn. If you're sitting in the well-lit rooms, you are encouraging Sun. So if ensure in the place in which you're sitting has enough ventilation. If you do not have ventilation, try to switch on the lights and sit in enough light. Okay. If you don't have enough light coming in the room, add up more lamps or add up more bulbs or tube lights or whatever is right in your area, and have enough light in the place where you're sitting. This is very, very important. If you're sitting in the dark, you are inviting Saturn, which is the counterpart of Sun. So more Saturn, there is less Sun. Okay, more Sun, less Saturn. That is the ideal way of looking at it. Or you have a balanced Sun and a balanced Saturn. Okay, enough light has to be there. Then you have, the other way of identifying whether the Sun is okay or not is, eating food. While you eat food, if you eat a little, especially for Indian people, usually Indian people eat little spicy. So if you're not able to take at all spicy, not even a small amount of spice, which everybody else in the table across you is able to eat it, okay, and you are not able to eat it, it means that your Sun is very down. You have to improve on it. Okay. So the other way of looking at it is, if you're drinking too much, you're adding up more Saturn into it. So you may have to cut down on your alcohol, okay, because that is Saturn. And then doing mantras, which you can be doing, not definitely a religious mantra. You can keep saying for yourself, I would become this in these many days. It can even act like a mantra. Okay. And eating honey in the first thing in the morning after you brush up your teeth and so on. Eating honey, donating wheat, this also can help. There's one thing which people have to understand is when a donation has to be made and when you have to buy. Okay. When you're having huge ego, okay, when you're not able to give up your ego, and because of the ego you're having problems, and you realize that ego is the cause of the whole thing, then donation is important. You have to donate it to more people, and you have to show more humility towards the people. Okay, so donation is important. Donate it with your hands. Okay, hands in the sense wherein you don't give it away just like that. Okay, I have money, so let me throw it. That will again add up to the ego. So the kind of donation that you're doing, kindly understand, give it to people who need it. Okay, not just throw it, who need it. Help the needy. And if your Sun is low, and if you want to add up to the Sun, or you don't have minimum self-respect, because self-respect and ego are two balancing things. You need some self-respect to be shameless, to be shameful. Otherwise, you'd be a shameless guy. Because shameless, self-respect, and ego, these are the three stages. So you need to have some self-respect, some confidence within you, If you don't have confidence, and then you do not, please donate it. You actually have to buy and add up clocks. Okay. So if your confidence is low, do not try to donate watches, etc., to other people. Do not try to gift them up. You actually accept gifts of watches or clocks that may add up to your sun. Okay. And also show some protection towards these things like sunglasses. Okay. Sun represents the eyes. Okay. Because in the lot of people think is Venus represents the eyes. I don't deny. Venus represents the beauty of the eyes. Okay, if you look at Purusha Suktam, it says Chandrama Manaso Jataha Chaksho Suryo Ajayata. Means Chaksha means the eyes. So Suryo. So that means the eyes are represented by the sun. So if you are able to see well, it's because of the sun and the Mars. Okay. And if your eyes are looking very beautiful to the person who is looking at you, it is because of the Venus. So protection to the eyes. Okay. This also can actually improve your sun. Okay. Protection to your head can also improve your sun. With there are two ways in which you can do this. One is wearing a hat, carrying an umbrella every time. Okay. And SPF creams. Okay. Depending on the country that you're living in, these can help. Spectacles, wearing a proper belt. Okay, belt is also something. If your belt is worn out, etc., because it's going to give you a look in the people. So belt is an important thing. Summer, heat, boundaries. What do boundaries would mean is if you look at lion in the National Geographic channel, etc., if you look at lion's, videos, what you would understand is lion is drawing boundaries every time, that this is my territory. This is where I, my wife, and my kids would live in. Lions would not easily allow other people to come into their territories. Okay, even if it is a lion. Okay, they are very clear on their boundaries. So what would the sun mean is, there is this solar system. I have these 9 planets. None of the planets planets that can disturb these 9 planets, sun will allow in other means. Okay, or the person is working. I mean, for people, how does it apply? Yes, the person is working something on the boundaries. Okay, or if your sun is down, your boundaries are affected. Okay, you have a land of yours. Okay, and the neighbor actually got into your land. It usually happens in India. Okay, the boundaries are arbitrarily defined, and while building the house, what this neighbor did is he moved in like 3 feet or 4 feet into your land, and he has eaten away your land. It means that the sun is down. Okay, these are those things. And also people work as protectors of boundaries, especially people who are safeguarding the oceans, because the oceans are rising and a lot of land is getting into the oceans year by year. For this, a lot of work is happening. A lot of government departments of each country are, working on those things. Even such jobs come into sun. Okay, Sun and Ketu. These two are the people who actually rule such jobs. Also, the customs department, wherein the boundary is regulated, right? Something is coming out of the country or into the country, going out of the country, coming into the country. These two are again controlled by Sun and Ketu. These two planets are responsible for it. So if you've got some penalty on customs, etc., it means that your sun has gone down that point in time. Okay, to keep. So these are all those symptoms wherein you get to see. Let the sun be wherever it is. Okay, sometimes it can so happen that the sun is exalted, sun is in the 10th house, sun has directional strength, everything is there, but your sun can still be down because of your practices of every day. Okay, if you have to spoil your sun, you do exactly opposite of what all I have said right now. Your sun will be down in 40 days. Okay, have wrong times being shown on your calendars, clocks, watches, disrespect everyone, and keep yourself unclean, and all that stuff will lead you into place where your sun will automatically go down. So do not think you have an excellent placement, you may not need a remedy for it. Sometimes you need remedies for those planets which apparently look like excellent placements, but they still need remedies, okay, because of the actions that you have done to yourself, okay. And Sun also would rule shares and speculations. So if your shares are constantly going down, it means your Sun is bad, okay. And your jewelry, your gold coins, your luxurious items, your honor, your pride, the insults that you're facing, if you're facing constant insults, it means that your Sun is down, okay. If you're failing in the exams constantly, your Sun is down. You don't have proper children, you're not able to continue your lineage, your Sun is down. Your intelligence is too poor, you're not able to understand anything beforehand, because usually everything goes by logic. Today you do this, tomorrow you get that. But even despite doing everything right, if you're not getting it, it means that your some of the intelligence of you is wrong, right? So you have to improve on that. And then you have very low vitamin D, okay. You have issues of heart, you're not able to exercise, your exercise equipment is constantly being broken, or they are catching up with some or the other repair. Then all these, you have a very big tummy, okay, and your digestion is absolutely absurd, you're not able to digest food. All these are bad things of, or the symptoms that your Sun is going down. Now forget where your Sun is, don't even look at your chart. You have to take up remedies of Sun, okay. And one more point I want to add upon is, wherever your Sun is, or wherever, if you want to work on any planet for a remedy, if you think that, look, my Jupiter, I believe that the Jupiter is not right for me, or even if the astrologer has concluded that the Jupiter is not going right for you and a remedy has to be done for Jupiter, first thing is, if your Sun and Moon are weak, Jupiter cannot take up that remedy, okay. Your Sun has to be in a good level, so that remedies work for you. Your Moon also has to be at good level, so that after the remedy the result will come, okay. Both are very important. So unless you do any of these remedies to bring your Sun up, unless your Sun is good, remedy is very, very difficult for it to work. I think this is what I wanted to share. Anybody has any comment, anything, I would be happy to to share, or anything that you would want to share, it's fine. After this we'll talk about PV Narasimhan. Any comment?
So,
Yes.
yeah, I just have a question.
Mhm.
So, would we be discussing, like you mentioned, that there is some logic for those temples, right? The
Yeah.
sun-related temples.
Mm.
Would we be discussing how that is, or it's related?
Which one did you not understand? They can be easily Googled out. Which temples are you talking about? The Jyotirlingas?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and the mantras as well. Like I think um you mentioned a few mantras
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Om
So
Drini
I think
Surya Adityaya Shreem, right? This is given by Sanjay Rath sir in his book. This works very well.
okay.
What is your question?
Like, for example, how are we correlating Taurus to Aryaman,
I
things
just
like that?
said, right? I just said Taurus is the protection place where
Oh, okay,
your
okay.
sustenance happens. Okay. Yama is the person who is going to remove the life, opposite of sustenance. So Ari Yama. Have you heard the lecture of Bharani?
Yeah.
Okay. So there is Aryaman. We've talked about Aryaman in Purva Phalguni. Okay. So did you hear Purva Phalguni?
No, I think I have
Okay.
skipped
You
that one.
please read all the nakshatras. You will have enough information. So whatever I have already
Oh,
touched upon, I have not. You need to listen to all of those lectures. You cannot skip, just in case you don't have planets in Bharani or Purva Phalguni. Please don't skip them. You can't understand. Okay, all these are
no,
interconnected.
I will be listening to it. I just
Mhm.
didn't get to that part yet.
I explained all these. I explained each of them right now. I'll provide you the video, go through it. If you still have a doubt, I'll explain it to you once again in the next class.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Ustad.
So, I have a confusion regarding the calculation of Rahu degrees. How should we calculate it? Whether should we subtract it from 30, or we should take whatever the software is showing to us?
Whatever is the software showing to us, why should we have to
Okay, so
subtract it?
because it moves backwards, so I had a
Okay,
confusion regarding that.
I'll show that to you. Okay, good question. Let me just show that to you. Okay, just see this. I have shown this example in the last class of Telugu as well. I'll use the same example. It's a lot easier to understand. Can you see the Rahu at 11 degree 52 minutes here?
Yes,
Okay, and Sun at the 11 degree 36 minutes.
yes,
So Rahu would travel, both are at the 11 degrees. So how is Rahu traveling now? From 52, it will go to 51, 50, 49, and so on.
yes,
Okay. Now Sun would travel from 36, it would go forward. So it would travel 36, 1136, 1137, 1138, and so on.
yes.
So these two are getting into the eclipse now.
Okay,
Okay, this is a girl child who cannot speak. Okay, she's born deaf actually. So because she's deaf, she became dumb. I think usually people know this rule. So if they are born deaf, or obviously the child will become dumb as well, because they can't understand that there is something called sound exists in this world. Okay, so you see, Sun is in the 12th house. So which house the child would get name for? 4 houses from the Sun. Okay,
yes,
so
third house.
third house. So the girl is recognized because of her third house, which is the ears and the mouth, right? So she cannot talk and speak. Will that end there? No, you also need to see what is there in the third house. In the third house, you have Aslesha, snakes. Snakes do not have ears. Snakes, are deaf. Okay, even at the next levels of the D9 and the D3 as well, you can find information about this. So have you understood that these planets are getting into eclipse now?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay, now let us suppose if I just move this date to April 26th is the current date. So I'm moving this to 30. Now you see Sun is in 15 degrees. Ketu is in, Rahu is in 11 degree. Okay, sorry, Ketu is in 11 degree. So Ketu is traveling backwards. So Sun and Ketu are together. If I just said Rahu in the little while ago, please understand it as Ketu. So Ketu is again 1140. So it is moving backwards. It is going further away from Sun. They're not going to meet. Have you understood?
Yes,
So Sun is at 15 degrees. So it is going to 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. Ketu is at 11 degrees. It is going 10, 9, 8, 7 like that. So they're not going to meet.
okay.
Okay.
So one more question I have.
Yeah.
So it is regarding the clocks, which you said you need to put on the east.
Hmm.
So the clock should face the east direction, or they should be on the east wall?
We should face the east direction.
Because this is the issue I have been facing for past 3 months.
What is it?
My wristwatch got damaged. My east wall clock always gets damaged. My calendars are not turned up to the same date. All of the point matches.
Are you feeling down on self-confidence? Are you feeling anxiety?
I'm not.
Okay, self-confidence.
No.
Okay, is there
I am
any?
feeling low on vital force of my life because
Yeah,
I'm
that
too
is
stressed.
Sun.
My kid is only.
That
Yeah,
is Sun.
I'm too. Yeah, I'm too stressed because of my kid. He does not sleep and does not allow me to sleep either.
Okay.
So
Try to give arghya to Sun. That means leave water to Sun. You believe in these
yes,
rituals?
I do.
Okay. Okay. In that case,
Mm.
make a time for you. Okay. Either wake up, whatever time you wake up, take a bath, do the do the, you mean just Google out how to give arghya, ARGHYA, or giving water to sun. Okay, just Google it up. It will be available. Just take some water and leave it to sun. Okay, after having bath. But the only condition here is every day you have to do it at the same time. Let us suppose you cannot wake up early. Please don't plan it early. Always keep at 9 or 10. Even 10 is also fine, but do it the same time every day.
Okay.
Okay.
I was not doing it because I was not aware that we can do it after sunrise also.
You can
I
do it
thought we
after
had to
sunrise
be
also.
awake.
You can do it after sunrise also.
Okay. Okay. And
It
sir,
works.
one more question I have.
Mm.
So it is from lecture of Freedom Cole, who is also a student of Sanjay Rath. So they, as per Sanjay Rath sir's teaching,
Mm.
they prescribe the Jyotirling as per Atmakarak. The Atmakarak, in whatever sign it goes in the D9,
Mm.
whatever planet exalts in
Mm.
that sign,
Mm.
the Jyotirling is prescribed for that sign.
Mm. That is for the Upasana.
Oh,
That
okay,
is
okay.
for the
Then it's fine.
Upasana.
Okay,
Okay. That is for the Upasana. This is for the remedy. If
okay.
your sun is
Thank you.
down, that is when you have to follow this.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all. Thank you, sir.
Good. Thanks. Shruti.
So, regarding this watch remedy, I
Yeah.
have one question. So, I have heard from another source that there are digital watches such as like our Apple Watch and stuff, right? Like those are not recommended, not specifically for sun, but just for health purposes.
Mm.
I heard that. So I'm just wondering, is it better to go with the analog kind of watch rather than
Okay,
digital?
I'll give you the logic. Okay, there has to be a logic, right? The digital watches, the challenge is every day you have to put that into the charge. Okay, or maybe 2 days or 3 days. It actually discharges, right? You have to recharge it. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because I don't use a digital watch. So if you leave that watch that you have worn, you need to charge it, right? You have to take it out, charge it, and you will be bare hands for some time, which is
yeah,
not recommended.
yeah.
Which is not
Okay.
recommended. Okay. And second thing is, if you're continuously charging, you're also using your Mars,
Mm,
because Mars is the backup for Sun. Both are fire planets. If your sun is down, your Mars actually kicks in and it starts working. If your sun is already down and if you're using a battery rechargeable thing, and even don't use rechargeable batteries in your clocks. Okay, some people I have seen, they're trying to save like 10 rupees on a battery or things like that. They use rechargeable batteries. They charge for every 3 days. They'll put that battery back in the clock just to save a couple of rupees. Don't do such things. If you put a battery into the clock, it should be, changed only after a year. Okay. So the reason is that.
okay.
So you will be bare hands without the watch. And if the remedy is to be done, do it religiously. If your sun is very good, if wearing a watch is not your thing, your sun is absolutely fine, you have clocks everywhere, then that's a different case. If you're trying it as a remedy, the only challenge is you have to ensure that it is there on your body all time. The reason is you're trying to respect time, because if you're not finding a job, the only thing is time. Either you're not like applying it in the time that is needed, okay, or you're not getting up in the time that is needed. You're not going to interview in time. Okay, something is actually stopping you. That's the time.
Mhm. Okay. So in that following that logic, then we can also get the recharge, not the rechargeable, sorry, the solar enabled watch, right?
I don't know. You have to keep that watch always on.
We do have to take it out to charge under the sunlight, though, those kind
So
of watches.
that's not recommended. Simple.
Okay, okay, okay,
If it's
okay.
a remedy
Thank
for
you.
sun, if you're okay
Right.
wearing, if your sun is okay, you're not doing any remedy, you can wear any watch.
Okay, got it.
That is why
Okay.
people are not prescribing these battery watches or chargeable watches.
Mm.
Okay, sure. Yes, Nagu. I can't hear you. Are you saying something? I can't hear you, Nagu. Okay. TS,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
This is Kanichelvi. I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sun is in Aries, in D1, and in D9 it's in Libra. So
Okay.
can we use the remedies for such a condition?
All conditions, you have to use the same remedy. Okay. Even if Sun is your eighth
Okay.
lord, even if Sun is anything, because you live in the solar system. Sun is the Pratyaksha Narayana. Okay.
Okay.
Sun is the Pratyaksha Narayana. So Sun is important for everyone. Even if it is debilitated, even if it is eighth lord placed in the eighth house, anything. Nagu, your question is, so people will remove it while sleeping. No, if you're following a remedy, then you should not remove it. You have to wear the watch at all times. Only when you go for a bath, that is when you'll remove the watch. Okay. All right. So we have another 30-40 minutes. Let me just bring up this chart